Welcome. Thank you for stopping by and choosing to listen to this message for today. I want you to go ahead and look at these two cards. And I want you to see if you can see yourself within these two cards, if you can connect to the story. If you can, then more than likely this reading is for you, so please keep watching. If you can't quite see yourself, that's okay. I'm here to clarify that for you. My name is Kimberly, and this is from Loved Ones Tarot. And this is for all my Aries for the month of November 2024. Now, when I look at these two cards, and keep in mind, these two cards represent the underlining energy that runs throughout your heart, mind, and body, and dare I say your spirit. Whether you are aware of this or not, whether you acknowledge this or not, it doesn't matter. This energy may still exist for you for the month of November. Now, again, when I look at these two cards for this particular reading, I see an overall desire for self-awareness, self-development, self-discovery, self-transformation, a mental breakthrough. The biggest mental breakthrough. I see a desire for mental clarity like no other that will give you the vision that you've been looking for, the answer that you've been looking for, that will make everything make sense for you, or at least in this particular month, it just will give you the answer that you needed in order to move forward. Now, if what I said connected with you, then this reading is for you, so please keep watching. All right. Now, if you're new here, I like to do self-awareness readings followed by your typical tarot monthly outlook. If you're only interested in your monthly outlook, fast forward to the red section and onward. All right, that will give you what you need. If you're interested in validation and understanding of who you are, if you're interested, here we go. These two cards represent your current emotional state for November. What are you feeling? You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Strength card is in reverse. So emotionally, you are a little lost, a little confused. Life may feel out of control for you, which would explain why in your underlining energy is a need for more wisdom and clarity of mind. So it looks like even emotionally, you want some guidance and some direction and some stability within your life. And it looks like perhaps you may be wondering, going through a little bit of a life crisis, if you will, or a fork in the road where you're reflecting back on everything that you have done so far, and you're wondering, was it all worth it? Is it all worth it? So perhaps you're questioning how your life is right now. You're questioning your motives. You're questioning your actions. You're questioning your life purpose. Everything right now you're looking into. You're very reflective. You really have gone inward. You have gone into yourself, into your soul, into your heart and your mind, and you're really wanting answers to questions that you've been having. And yes, again, I've seen, because of the Strength card, there is a loss of control within your life. You could have emotional instability, so you have some ups and then downs, and ups and downs in how you feel. And it could be shown for some of you in aggressive behavior, so, or defensive, overly defensive or overly offensive ways. Or you could have, because there is some confusion, you could be giving of your power. So you allow other people to speak for you more often, or you allow people to tell you what to do or how to feel, even for some of you. So that is in your current emotional state. In your mental state, you have, so this is what you're thinking about in November. You have the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Mentally, you are a little more clear. mentally, you are on a quest, you're on a journey to have a vision for the future of yourself, right? You are on a path in your mind, so you are thinking of ways of how to gain that mental clarity, that wisdom, that self transformation that you've been wanting. You are planning. Let me go ahead and draw one more card for you. Oh, yes, beautiful. Yes, the Chariot. You are very determined. You have the willpower. You have a direct path. So that's interesting. Your heart may not be so, your heart may be a little confused on how to feel, but your mind is made up. So even if you're a little hesitant or nervous, or you may have maybe some negative feelings towards what has happened, you still are going forward on a chariot, on your horse, with your sword in hand, because you are going to accomplish whatever you set out to do. That is in your mindset. Now, in this purple section represents your physical self. These two cards represent what you want people to see and believe based upon your actions in your day-to-day life. You have the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So it looks like you want people to see and believe that you don't have ulterior motives. Why? Let's see. That is a good one. One more card for clarity for Aries intentions. One card pull, please, for Aries intentions. So I'm just grabbing one extra card. Ten of Cups. Okay. Sure. So, to get what you want. I don't know why you feel this way, but it looks like in order to maintain a happy relationship or relationships, so a happy home, a happy family, happy friendships, it looks like you need to convince them, you want them to believe and see that you don't have ulterior motives, that what you are driven for or driven towards is not something that is self-centered, that you are, whatever you do is for them, because of them, that you have enough love within you to give to others, right? That is what the Queen of Cups is about. She is the queen of relationships, of deep connections, of affection and compassion, of love. Not only that, but she inspires other people to do the same, to give love, be loved. So you want people to believe, hey, I am the Queen of Cups. What I do there's nothing manipulative about me. Cards won't tell me why. But moving on, what are you actually doing though? These two cards represent what you're actually doing despite your intentions or because of them. You have the Tower in reverse and the Death card. So it looks like you're resisting your self-transformation. So based upon your intentions, you're like, you want to convince people, hey, my intentions are innocent. They are not self-centered. There are no ulterior motives. But what you're actually doing is you are preventing a necessary change that is required for your self-transformation. Oh, so something that you've been trying to hide. There's something you're trying to hide, right? Because I am going to assume, because whatever you're trying to do will upset your family or upset your loved ones, and you don't want that. So you'd rather do it quietly. But before I assume, let me draw one more card for clarity. So one more, just gonna move this out the way. One more card for clarity. For What are they actually, what are Aries actually doing? One card pull. Oh, okay. You're being unfair. So you are, because you're so headstrong, if you are the knight on the horse going towards a journey of self-discovery of the ultimate truth in order to become the King of Wands who has the ultimate vision for the future of his purpose, of his success, of a specific goal in mind. I don't know if y'all heard that, a specific goal in mind. If you didn't hear me, you are doing so by being a little bit unfair, maybe not as compromising, maybe what you're doing is actually a little self-centered and it hurts other people. So in order to avoid what you're doing being way too obvious to where other people around you get hurt, you are sneaking around in order to gain what you want in life. Interesting. Okay, well, moving on. In the red section is the situation that needs to be addressed based on the opinion of your loved ones on the other side. So you have the Three of Cups and the Five of Swords yet again. The Five of Swords, which was the clarifying card for what you're actually doing in your actions in your day-to-day life. Your situation at hand again is saying, okay, you are winning, you are achieving something. There's something you have already set in motion and you're gaining. You can see that you're going to succeed. You see that, okay, what I'm doing is working. I am going to obtain whatever I wanted to obtain. However, what you're doing is actually hurting your loved ones. And if you are this man, whether you're a woman or not, woman or man, I mean, it doesn't matter. If you were this person, you know, figuratively speaking, looking over, what do you see? He's looking over at people not enjoying themselves, not having fun, not being supportive of you, not coming together to support you. They are not sharing in your joy, and they're just not happy for what you're doing. So that is your current situation. You are recognizing that your loved ones are not happy with what you're doing. And let me draw one more card for clarity for that. If I can just move over my equipment. Just moving some things around on my desk. One more card for clarity for current situation for Aries in November. Just one more card for clarity. Whoops. The Four of Swords. Okay. Something that you won't let go of. So there is something, let me move this around. There is something, and I think it's the goal that you have in mind is something that you should have let go of a long time ago, but you won't let go of it. And it could be because in your heart you feel like you've lost control. You've lost your power. You've lost your strength. And you want that back. In order to get that back, you're going to have to go for the same goals that gave you your power in the first place. That gave you that level of financial stability and independence in the first place. So you're going after the same goal that you had before, which is what the King of Wands is about. He has a specific goal in mind, and nothing's going to stop him until he achieves that specific goal. So for you, it seems that you're going after a specific goal that you should lay to rest, but you're not. And so it's sort of somewhat exhausting the people around you. And they're like, just let it go. And you're like, I'm not going to let it go. So it's creating some tension, and they're not supportive of you, and they're not happy about it. One more card to make sure. One more card for clarity, just in case there's something I'm not seeing or not showing. Card for clarity. Sorry, it takes me a minute to like pull these out. The Hanged. Okay, sure, yeah. Double. So they're just trying to get that message across for you. Yeah. So instead of allowing things to fall where they may, or to allow fate, to allow life to do its thing, for blessings to come your way, yeah, you just won't let it be. So these two cards are what can help you. According to your loved ones on the other side, this is what they are suggesting. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Hanged One. So what they want, what can help you with this particular situation of not letting a goal, not letting a, what am I trying to say? For not giving up a specific goal, not giving up on a specific goal. They want you to know that if all your efforts don't come into fruition, right? So if you are the Page of Pentacles, you have a seed of positive growth, a seed of change within your hand. And it could represent the specific goal that you have in mind. It could represent, you know, all your dreams come true, but it's for the future and it's for long term. If it doesn't come to fruition because it's upside down, more than likely it's because you're short-sighted. Your goal includes the long term. It includes stability for the long term, right? Deep rooted stability for you. However, something in your plan, something in your perspective is short-sighted and it's failing. And what is missing from your plan is a level of faith. And that is so interesting because they want you to tell you that oh, okay, so it's not that you don't have faith, it's that you have too much faith. I've never said that before. They're telling me that you have too much faith. You're so sure that the universe will give you what is meant for you. You're so confident in that this is why you won't let go of a specific goal. And so they're saying your efforts of bringing into fruition a blessing will never come to fruition because you still keep believing that this seed is meant for you, but they're telling you, okay, but what if this seed was never meant for you? What then? What then? Will you change your goal, or will you keep trying to go after this one seed that was never meant for you? But I can draw one more card to make sure. Can I have clarity for what can help Aries for the current situation at hand? One more card for clarity, please. Oh, okay. 3 of Cups. What can help you? I guess they want to remind you, if your loved ones aren't willing to support you, or let me put it this way, if your plans for a specific goal does not include a vision of your loved ones here on earth, that's your relationships, your family, your friends, if your vision for the future does not include their happiness, if they doesn't guarantee their celebration and what you're doing, their appreciation, their pride and their joy and what you're doing, then maybe what you're doing is not the best for you, because ultimately you still want to keep your relationships, right? For most of you, you still want to keep the good relationships that you have. You still want to make them happy, which is why you're still trying to convince them in the first place in your intentions. Why make all that effort to make them see and believe that your intentions are good and that you're not trying to hurt them and that you want the rainbow and at the end that you want that stability and happiness, if you're still doing something that causes them to not be supportive? So what can help you is you have to come up, if you have to find a different goal, find a different goal. Find a different vision, find a different dream, one that includes the happiness of those you love. Otherwise, you won't be happy with it, even if you do succeed. Or perhaps if it's not a different goal altogether, find a different way to achieve it, because maybe your methods of achieving a specific goal in mind is not the greatest. All right. So that's what can help you. And the pink section is what will most likely happen in the near future for this situation. You have the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. So, yeah, it looks like in the near future, this unhappiness, this unsupportive relationship that you may have in your life because of your actions, it's not going to get better. You're going to, if there are tension or conflicts within your home, is going to increase, and it's going to prevent you from regaining that feeling of control, that feeling of power, that feeling of stability, and you're not going to gain any of that. In fact, it's going to feel even worse for you the more that the tension and the conflict grows within your home. So that is what is going to happen. But let me pull one more card just in case. One more card for clarity, please. Oh, the 8 of Cups. Okay, sure. So the conflict within your home is going to cause you to grow distant, whether physically you grow distant, emotionally, mentally you grow distant or detached, or you quite literally, like the man in the card, you remove yourself completely from your relationship. So you have disconnected altogether in order for you to gain back what you feel you've lost, to go after a specific goal in mind, or to just really honestly, it looks like to make yourself feel better, you are going to detach, disconnect, whether altogether or just within your mind or within your heart. That is in the near future, most likely. Now, don't take that as set in stone. You have the power to change anything. You take this information and do with it what you will. In this green section, that's your word of advice from your loved ones. It's advice that can pertain to your situation. It could pertain to November. It could pertain to life in general. And it's 3 points to consider. Not all points will relate to you. You have advice number 1, 2, and 3. For advice number 1, let me see. And all the extra cards, just ignore them. It's just for me. The Hierophant in reverse. That's okay. That's interesting. Let me draw one more card before I tell you. One more card for clarity for advice number 1. Oh, 2 cards came out. You have the Hierophant, the my cards are all beat up. The 7 of Cups and the Page of Wands. The Hierophant, the 7 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Oh, so remember did you have the 7 of Cups? I just felt like you had 7 of Cups in your heart, but you didn't. There's no 7 of Cups in here, which that's interesting because you're going after a specific goal in mind. So it looks like, okay. Okay, so they're saying sometimes you're going to have to break away from what you're comfortable with, break away from what you've always known in order for you to actually gain a little bit of more wisdom. So you know that in your underlying energy, you're wanting that clarity, a deeper understanding. You're wanting to become the King of Wands, right? But right now you're just the page. And because, I mean, in order to transform into someone with ultimate vision, you're going to have to break away from what you've always wanted in life. Because the 7 of Cups is all about dreams that you've had for visions you've had for yourself in all different aspects of your life. And advice number 1 is saying you're just going to have to break away from what you've always wanted in order to gain that clarity. So again, you're going to have to dream different dreams for some of you. Number 2, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I'm just looking at the other cards that are off camera. Okay, for advice number 2, the love that you give other people, right? Because the Knight of Cups is all about giving of love. It's of passion, of opening a connection, a relationship with someone else, as well as connecting with their passion for their purpose. But in this particular advice number 2, I do believe they're saying if you want to be well received with the love that you offer, you're going to have to stop fighting with the wants and needs of your partner or whoever in question. So if you want your love to be received, you're actually going to have to stop fighting what it is that they actually want. You're going to have to learn the love language of your partner in question or your family member, your friend, whoever it may be. All right, that's advice number 2. Advice number 3, you have the Judgment in reverse. I think for you, oh, that's so funny. So off camera, you have the 8 of Wands for advice number 2, and then you have the 8 of Wands again in advice number 3. And they're both in reverse. It looks like you're not going to be able to accept what has happened to you in the past. For some of you, you're not going to be able to accept all that has happened to you in the past, meaning whatever you have lost, whatever should have been, could have been, whatever you can't let go of, you won't be able to accept it, and you won't be able to be open, have your arms open to receive what is meant for you. So even if you have so much faith, you won't truly, genuinely be ready according to the universe. You won't be able to if you don't conquer that feeling of being imprisoned within. Some of you feel, if we go back to how you feel, the Strength card, some of you feel powerless to the changes that have happened to you. Therefore, you're seeking to feel power again through past behaviors, past goals, or what have you, past experiences. And your loved ones are saying, for advice number 3, you will not be ready for when the universe is ready to give you a new blessing if you don't move on from the idea that you are powerless against this desire, this strong desire that you have to get back what you used to have. You're going to have to let go, accept what has happened, and move on, and be willing and open to accept new blessings in your life. All right, that's advice number 3. Moving on to the weekly forecast up here in this orange color. Now, this is specific, and it may be for you, oops, or it may not be for you, and that's okay. And if I didn't already say it, I'll say it again. This is not set in stone. You have the power to change whatever is going to happen, right? So you could change what happens next. In week 1, and we're already on November 2nd, so you may already see this happening for you. This is the 3 of Wands in reverse. And don't worry about the other cards off camera. It's just for me. It looks like you're going to suffer a setback for week number 1, and you've already noticed it, or you may not have just yet, but you're going to suffer a setback. And it has to do with you. Well, let me show you. The other card that I have for you is what? The Page of Pentacles. And oh, look, another Page of Pentacles. And what you should be doing is including the happiness of those you love, your family, your friends, your partners. And yet in week 1, you're not doing that. So it looks like you're going to suffer a setback. That could be within your relationship, or it could be in your goals. Week number 2, you have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Again, you're not going to get what you wanted, and it's going to cause some emotional instability for you. All right, so I guess look out for that. You're not going to get what you wanted, and you're going to have some emotional instability. So again, week 1 is just continuing on to week 2. So perhaps this will happen to you during the weekend of next week, following you into the second week, which is why it would be so similar to each other, but who knows. But I hope you can turn that around for yourself if that's true for you. Week number 3, you have the Chariot and the 10 of Swords. So it looks like week 3, you're gonna be like, okay, I am tired of not getting what I want. I'm tired of feeling not happy, not satisfied. So I'm going to figure out a way to stop feeling the way that I feel. Let me get one more card for you for clarity for that one. One more card for clarity. Just drawing one more card for Aries. The 6 of Cups. Okay, so you're going to try to let go of the past, or you're going to self-reflect and look back at your past, because the underlining energy, again, looking within. So you may look within in week number 3. A lot of self-development, self-reflection for week number 3. Okay, you're gonna start to think, okay, I gotta wisen up if I want to be happier, be better, do better. Okay, that's week number 3. Week number 4, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay, here we go. So yes, your luck is going to come back around for you in week number 3, and you will, and I will share my clarifying card. You receive the Ace of Pentacles, in week number 4, meaning what you always wanted to be. Where is he? The Page of Pentacles. You will receive an opportunity in week number 4 that will help turn your life around, to help you regain that sense of power, that sense of clarity, of mental breakthrough for you in week number 4. All right, so hopefully that happens for you. I'll have one more card just because I'm curious. What is that? Week number 4. One more card for clarity, please. I'm just drawing a card. 8 of Swords. Okay, sure. So you're going to have an opportunity to release yourself of feeling powerless. So you remember in your, oh, you didn't see it, but it was in my clarifying card. For advice number 3, the devil was in advice number 3. A feeling of being trapped by unseen forces, or trapped by other people, or just trapped because you've run into bad luck or unfortunate situations that prevent you from accomplishing your goals. So week number 4, you're going to have an opportunity to set yourself free. And so I hope you take it if it comes your way. Your word of encouragement in the yellow. This is your word of encouragement from your loved ones on the other side. You have the Queen of Wands and the Justice in reverse. It looks like, let me think about this for a minute. I think your loved ones on the other side want you to know for your word of encouragement. Sometimes the best vision for your future and for the future of those you care about doesn't always look fair to you. It doesn't always look like you get what you deserve. But in reality, sometimes the best vision for yourself is you allowing for the scales to tip in the favor of your loved ones. To allow the scales to tip in the favor of your loved ones versus yourself. So do with that what you will. I hope that has helped you. Or just keep that in mind. All right. I hope you gained some clarity. With that said, for all my Aries, if you found some clarity, subscribe, like, or come on back whenever I do this every month. All right. Take care.